Hey everybody, welcome to the Curzio Research YouTube channel and welcome to Creech's Corner. I'm Daniel Creech, research analyst here at Curzio Research, and today I'm going to be talking about Trump's crypto buy list. Yes, he just named 3 cryptocurrencies that are taking off. Of course, all it takes is a tweet from the president. Before I get to that and my most exciting and #1 crypto stock, be sure and like and subscribe to the Curzio Research YouTube channel. Thank you in advance. That way you don't miss any of the great content on individual stocks, macro themes, or anything else from Frank Curzio or myself. We're trying to bridge Wall Street and Main Street and help you, the individual investor, look and find opportunities. President Trump is not going to let the crypto market pullback continue anymore. He has put his foot down. Yes, we've seen crypto prices be volatile in nature, and after an all-time high of around 108,000, the crypto market has been pulling back. Fears of tariffs, trade policies, economic slowdowns, all of those items are floating around. But look at this, ladies and gentlemen. On Sunday, President Donald Trump took to Truth Social and said a U.S. crypto reserve will elevate this critical industry after years of corrupt attacks by the Biden administration. Now, he signed an executive order. Now, listen to this. Moving forward on a crypto strategic reserve that includes XRP, SOL, and ADA. All right, now what does that mean? Now, as you can imagine, these cryptocurrencies are taking off. So let's just look at a few snapshots. Here is XRP, and this is just a 1-month chart. And I just drew a little red line here. You can see crypto has been selling off, but around the 220 level, when Trump tweeted this out, that is absolutely spiking higher. And XRP, and then you have Solana. This is SOL. You can see here again, another spike right off the back of that tweet. ADA is Cardano, another crypto project. And you can see this went from under 70 cents to just over $1. Again, this is a monthly chart, just showing the volatility and the reaction. This is a 24/7 game. There is no Monday to Friday here and then take the weekends off. Crypto is constant. That's why some people love it. Some people are scared about it. The ultimate takeaway here, the value that I want to explain or try to provide is do not get kicked around by the volatility. Do not constantly be reactive, but you want to be proactive. Now, I'm not saying that Daniel Creech's crystal ball works or is correct. I'm simply saying what we've been saying during this pullback is you must know what you own and why you own it. And if you think that the run-up and the excitement and the bullishness behind crypto and Trump's presidential election victory just in November a couple of months ago, if you think any of that thesis has changed, I agree to disagree with you. And that's why I think you must have exposure. Frank Curzio has talked about this a lot. You must have exposure to this incredible asset class in crypto. Use the money that you are okay with losing. It is a speculative asset. There is much risk involved. However, there's not enough risk to where you shouldn't participate at all, because I do believe that you still have the opportunity for life-changing gains, and I want to get into that right here. My biggest pick and my largest personal position is Galaxy Digital. And we can look at a stock chart here. This is just, it's about 1491. It was up about 6% on Friday. Now we'll see what it reacts to. This is a yearly chart. You can look year to date here. It's down about 14%. The bullishness, the reason I'm excited about Galaxy Digital, and if you don't own this, I want you to hear me out. Also, check out some of our other YouTube content. But if you don't own this, I want you to get exposure to this before the end of March. And the reason I have that timeline is not just for marketing reasons and to have fun, but what's exciting about Galaxy Digital is a couple of the catalysts that I have been dead wrong on, I thought would have already happened a couple years ago. In fact, this has been a long, volatile ride for me. Those catalysts are set to take place, and I believe the odds are in favor of Galaxy Digital. #1, getting approved to list on a U.S. stock exchange. That's #1. I thought that would happen a couple years ago, to be honest with you, and it did not. #2, they need to give more details on the deal with a potential hyperscaler to convert their campus in West Texas called Helios for Bitcoin mining into a AI data center, high performance computing data center for all things AI and to participate in that growth. Whether that's Amazon, Meta, Google, Microsoft, who knows, but they need a big player to announce that. A multi-year project to build out where you can start to structure ideas and cash flow and see the future there that Galaxy can generate and turn into a cash machine because of the strong demand for all things AI and Bitcoin related mining. Now, number one, why do I think the end of March, why should you buy this stock in March or by the end of March? Because Galaxy should report their fourth quarter earnings for 2024 at the end of this month. And I expect them to give us an update on their U.S. listing exchange. And remember, during Q3 of their Galaxy Digital's conference call, I took a snapshot here, the Chief Financial Officer, the CFO, Alexander Ioffe, or IOFFE, I apologize for butchering his name, he said to update investors on listing in the U.S. Now, this is in November when they held this conference call, and he's talking about their last communication they wrote in July 26, which was 104 days ago between July and when they reported Q3 earnings in November. They had responded to the SEC's comments 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times they've been going back and forth with the SEC, answering all their questions, trying to figure out more disclosures, give them all the information, work with them so that they can get to this goal of listing in the U.S. Right now, Galaxy Digital list in the Canadian markets on the Canadian exchange. You can buy them through the over-the-counter or quote-unquote pink sheets market, which is where I've built my position. The ticker is BRPHF. The idea that they are the 7th time back and forth, it was over 104 days between earnings conference calls, and they had nothing, not a zip. And that also helped push the stock price down or really limit it from going higher along with the other crypto market. Now, with the new Trump administration, this 7th back and forth we should already get an update on its next earnings call, which I expect them to announce sometime at the end of March. If you just look at what's happened with Trump and the crypto market since the election in November, the crypto had spiked. But now, when you have a sitting president who, and let's not forget, another bullish tailwind. And again, I'm not saying that maybe there is risk. Maybe crypto doesn't turn into such a great bull market. But what you have to ignore and what you have to go against is you now have, instead of a government, the world's strongest, most powerful government, the U.S. government, having an anti-crypto stance and a negative crypto stance, they've shifted to a pro-crypto stance. You have a sitting president who is bragging and talking about being a crypto president, having Bitcoin mining done in the USA, being the crypto capital of the world. This is very similar to, I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but for investors to remember, during the market crash, financial crisis, 2007, 2008, after the COVID crash, what is the answer? The Fed comes in and is just going to liquidate, flood everything with money. And you had some prominent, huge hedge fund managers come out and say, don't fight the Fed. You've all heard that saying, don't fight the Fed, don't fight the Fed. It's silly, it's honest, but it's true because you can't fight the massive rush of liquidity. And I say all that because it has that same feeling with Trump and the crypto market. You have Donald Trump, President Donald Trump, who has exposure through his family businesses, who are trademarking and working with Charles Schwab to open up individual or separately managed accounts for Bitcoin, for Ethereum, for other exposure to the security, to the crypto industry, also manufacturing made in America. You have all that as tailwinds. He has appointed a crypto czar. He has appointed pro-crypto people in all kinds of positions of cabinet, not to mention the SEC and Paul Atkins, who hasn't even taken the chair yet. You also have, if that isn't enough, the SEC is dropping cases like flies against exchanges such as Coinbase, Gemini, and Robinhood. So you have this pro-crypto stance from an administration standpoint, and now you have the President of the United States tweeting. Not to mention, over the weekend, this past weekend, they announced, they being the White House, a crypto summit is going to happen on March 7th. All it took was for Bitcoin to drop from over 100 to almost into the 70s, and boom, you got Tweets going out by the president, social media post, David Sachs, the crypto czar, is talking about this summit, and now you have Donald Trump out here giving you a crypto buy list. Absolutely, what a time to be alive, people. Now, you have all these tailwinds shaping up, and it's not just going to go up in a straight line. Don't expect Bitcoin to go from here to 150 and all the other coins just follow their lead. But understand what you own and why you own it. Understand there's a lot of tailwinds that have been reversed. There have been, a lot of headwinds are now tailwinds. And just with Trump's cabinet and his own cabinet members who hold different things like Bitcoin or Ethereum and such. And this is just so powerful to ignite yet another bull market run. And that's why I showed you pictures of XRP, Solana, Cardano, all that. That is just very positive going over. Now, check out this chart. Here's crypto. The lead king is Bitcoin, of course. And I showed you this is a yearly chart. So you can see here we were going back, bouncing around between basically 60, let's call it 50 and 70. Then you have the election happen in November, big spike higher. And now we've been trading back and forth between call it 90 and 100 and change. But when it dipped down, look, then President Trump tweets about a crypto summit. And then later today, he tweeted about this reserve and this crypto buy list. And as you can see, Bitcoin absolutely took off and spiked over 10% very quickly. Now, you ought to have exposure to Bitcoin. You definitely want to have that. And then you want to look at other coins as well. And personally, just to recap quickly here, the reason I like Galaxy Digital, the reason that's my largest position personally, and the reason that I think it is the best crypto stock is because it gives you exposure to several things within the crypto atmosphere, the crypto sector. So it has a global trading business to where it's in futures, derivatives, contracts, all kinds of things with over 1,200 counting trader parts across the globe. It also has a assets under management business to where Galaxy gathers assets. They have billions in dollars, handful of billions of dollars under assets under management. They can charge fees on that, try to accumulate more assets, grow its network. They also do venture investment banking, venture capitalist deals. They do a lot of, so they can make money on being consultants and advisors and all that kind of such. And then they also pair investors together and help raise money. They can facilitate sales and crypto deals, all that kind of stuff. So it gives you this investment banking type exposure to crypto. And then they also have this Bitcoin mining and hosting, which I believe is a huge growth component for Galaxy Digital. Because as I've just said, they've already talked about on their most recent conference call, which was Q3, about they had a non-binding agreement with a US hyperscaler, and they have 200 megawatts of energy currently available at their Helos campus in Texas. And they have the option, and they're going through the processes now to raise that from 200 up to 800 megawatts total. And what they've said, management from Galaxy on their third quarter conference call, was that they're talking with this US hyperscaler to take all 800 megawatts of capacity. That's an absolute, that would be an absolute huge win. And again, when Galaxy reports fourth quarter earnings, which should be at the end of this month in March, they will definitely update investors on the idea and the process to list on a U.S. exchange. They will also give any updates on the U.S. hyperscaler and this campus, Helios, in West Texas. So I think you have this kindling of a bull market fire once again starting. About the time you get so nervous, if crypto and volatility is scaring you away, just limit your position sizes. That's how you get around the volatility in crypto. Just limit your position sizes. If your stomach hurts, if you're nervous like crazy, if your emotions are overtaking you and it's constantly just dictating and controlling all of your thoughts, then you probably have too damn much of exposure. That's okay. Cut it back. Just don't miss out on this bull market, because this is a disruptor like we haven't seen across the financial industry, and it's exciting, and the odds are now in the individual's favor because of the current president, the administration, and the policies that they're pushing forward. The odds are now in the individual investor's favor for crypto. We don't want you to miss out on it. So stay here, stay subscribe, like us. Thank you for Curzio Research YouTube. Check us out at curzioresearch.com, Wall Street Unplugged, Wall Street Unplugged Premium, as well as all of our wonderful products. But tune right back in here soon, and we'll update you more on Galaxy, more on crypto and stocks in general. Have a great day. Cheers.